Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm Reverend Tomas, and this is A Course in Miracles. We're going to talk about forgiveness again today. I know. As I've said in this video series, there's clearly no place for the attitude of that's so 1997 and that's so yesterday. I've seen this before. It's old. Yes, you've seen it before, but it's not old. It's just as fresh and lively and powerful as it has always been and will be as long as there is a need for time. Forgiveness is the practice that's given us. It's the means appointed to each and every one of us. And if you are just tuning in, I would invite you to go back through this video series because there are at least 2 or 3, possibly more, lessons directly related to forgiveness and what that actually looks like and what that means within the framework of A Course in Miracles. Because as you know, A Course in Miracles is a self-study curriculum. And as you may have seen, there are certain terms in the course that mean something different than they mean in everyday common parlance. Atonement is just one of them. Miracles, another. Forgiveness, another. Forgiveness takes on a corrective depth when done according to Jesus's teaching here in A Course in Miracles. It's a correction of error. And without that corrective component to it, it can, in fact, in the world be seen as hollow, empty, ineffective. We see this kind of so-called forgiveness all the time. We see it a lot in family contexts, don't we, where we may have a family member, like a mother, for example, maybe a dad, that loves to make us feel super guilty. We're forgiven our transgressions against them, but with strings attached. But if we ever do it again, they're going to cancel our birthday, or I'll forgive you this time. Anybody relate to that attitude? That's not true forgiveness, is it? And we all know that. Anything that's given with strings attached is not truly given after all anyway, is it? And as children, we're taught this. And also, along the theme of kids, we're taught to share, aren't we? We're taught to share as children. Our parents, our school teachers teach us the virtue of sharing with one another and not to hold things back for ourselves, not to be stingy or miserly, right? These are seen as things for us to avoid, right? The stinginess component, the keeping things to ourselves. Yet what happens as adults is we do this all the time, just like we did when we were kids. We want to save the choicest morsel for ourselves, or to save the choicest morsel for people that are special to us, but someone else can go hungry, can go broke, out in the cold, and we justify that in all kinds of mean-spirited ways. There are countless examples. I'm sure you've thought of several just as we've been talking about it. Forgiveness is, as practiced in A Course in Miracles, is the way that we clear all of the blockage to our awareness of who we are. The Course puts it to the awareness of love's presence. Who else would we be? What else would we be but that? Well, there is nothing else. There is nothing else. Let's talk for a couple of minutes here about the lesson in the workbook for students, which is 344. Yeah, 21 more to go until the beginning, right? Lesson 344. Today I learn the law of love, that what I give my brother is my gift to me. Today I learn the law of love, that what I give my brother is my gift to me. What I give is given to me. What I withhold is withheld from me. It's the same idea with two completely different outcomes. One leads away from suffering, the other keeps us enmeshed in it, identifying with it, and martyrdom, keeps us flogging ourselves, so to speak. Put down the whip. That's my invitation to you. What we give our brother, other people, our sisters, we give ourselves. As many commentators on A Course in Miracles have very eloquently mentioned, there is no one out there. There is no other. The ego is our belief, which is only a mistake, by the way. It's a belief in self and other, us versus them, light versus dark. Here in the United States, red versus blue. For those who are not familiar with the American political system, that's the polarized nature of current US society. I will say no more. No matter what side of the equation you're on, I use politics, I use social issues to illustrate a point here, that it's the playground of the ego, isn't it? It's separation. It's us versus them. Now we come to discover on the spiritual path that sense of separation is the source of our suffering. And spiritual practice, whatever form you practice it, really, in whatever form, spiritual practice is disidentifying with the ego. Today's idea is central to your release. What you give your brother, you give yourself. What would you give yourself? Love? Well, I hope so. Some days we don't feel like that, do we? Some days we want to get the whip out and flog ourselves. Just keep beating. Oh, I fucked up. I suck. I'm scum. I should have said this. What if this happens tomorrow? When you honestly think about our lives, we do that to ourselves all the time. Would we continue to do that to ourselves? Well, when we withhold love from our brother, we withhold it from ourselves. There is no one out there. On the other hand, when we extend love, freely given, when we forgive, we are forgiven. To give and to receive are one in truth. That is a famous quote from this course. Giving and receiving are indeed the same. It's known as the law of love here in A Course in Miracles. We're invited and naturally encouraged to extend love. And to make it quite simple for us, either we're extending love or we're not. There is no in between. It's either loving thoughts or fear-based thoughts. It's God or the ego. It's light or dark. It's self with a capital S or little self, lowercase, ego. It's joy or suffering. And it's our choice. So we are invited to use this power of decision to elect to forgive. Because no matter what we do, what we do to anyone else, we're doing to ourselves. There is nobody out there. There is no one out there. There is no out there at all. Certainly, our senses here in the world report otherwise. But what happens when you change your mind? They're reporting back something different, aren't they? What we give to anyone else, we give to ourselves. So let us all contemplate this message today and really deeply, viscerally allow that to sink in. Not only is it a simple message, it's true. It's beautiful and it leads out of suffering, which no matter what you may say, I know it's what you want. How do I know? Well, it's what I want. And there's no one out there. Have a great day, everyone.